Hello everyone and welcome to Slats, Cracks, Locks. Today I wanted to talk about single pin picking practice and how I practice single pin picking. What I like to do is I like to line up a bunch of locks that I want to practice on, and I line them up from easiest to pick to the most difficult one to pick, with at least one lock at the end of that line that I have not gotten open yet. The reason why I like to practice this way is one, it's fun. Guaranteed you're going to get some opens when you open those easy locks in the beginning. They're going to get more challenging as you move up that lock line that you have lined up. And then at the end, a lock you haven't opened yet, so that once you get to the end of all those locks, you got all the ones you've got open before open. You get to that last one, you're nice and warmed up. You got some confidence because you popped a bunch of locks open, and then you try to tackle that last lock that you haven't gotten open yet. I kind of think of it like a boss fight in a video game. You beat all the underlings and you get up to the final boss and you see if you can beat it. And what I've noticed is when I do practice this way, I'll get that lock open eventually at the end. And it's better than just taking that hard lock and practicing on that over and over and over again, because you'll get defeated. It can be boring because you haven't popped anything open, and it could cause you to quit for the day, or just say, I can't get this open, and maybe never try that lock again. But by moving up the line from the easiest lock that you have to the most difficult, including at least one lock at the end that you haven't gotten open yet, this will build your skills, it will build your confidence, and you'll find yourself getting a lot better. You want to make sure that your locks are different. You don't want all the same lock or anything like that. All different locks of multiple brands if you can. We don't all have huge lock collections, but hopefully you're growing yours. Add a lock or two every payday or something like that if you need to build to your collection. So I'm going to go through my current practice, what I have right now. Keep in mind, I'm not some master picker. I'm still learning, and I can get most middle of the road locks open. I have not yet picked an American lock. In fact, that is the current boss fight of my practice I have going on right now. So here are the locks I'm currently practicing on. I think it's a nice wide range from very easy, steadily getting more difficult. Keep in mind, this could be different for everyone. You could say, hey, that lock's easier than this lock. And when it gets to the middle of the road locks, they tend to be pretty similar as far as how difficult. So it's really personal preference as to how difficult that lock maybe is for you. And that could change on a day-to-day basis. Anyways, first lock I have, easiest one, Master Lock 141D. This is cake. Anyone should be able to open this. It's easier than a generic lock, to be honest. This is a very cheap locker lock. I have a video on how every rake that I own opens this lock. But we're talking single pin pick, still very, very, very easy. Second one is this Fortress lock. I have a video on this, my very first video of the very first lock I ever opened. It was this guy, quite easy. Master Lock number 3 is my third lock. This used to be difficult for me when I first started, and I see a lot of other pickers in the same predicament. Once you get this open a few times, it's very, very, very easy to pick. In fact, I moved it up the chain of my practice recently because I'm opening it faster than some of my other locks. Master Lock 140. This is the Master Lock 140. This used to be easier for me than the Master Lock number 3. Nowadays, this usually takes me a little bit longer than the number 3 to open. This Brinks lock right here, a little bit more difficult than the Master Lock 140. Abus 5540, this is a 4-pin Abus. Not that difficult to open. I did open it about 5 minutes out of the box when it arrived in the mail. But yeah, this is a decent practice lock for middle of the road, for sure. This hefty Brinks padlock right here is next. This has strong springs in it. This took me a while to single pin pick my very first time. These days I do get it open. It takes me a little bit sometimes. It's usually not always the quickest lock to single pin pick. You can city rake it if you want to and it'll open in a second. However, we're talking single pin pick process. This has strong springs. This will give you a bit of a challenge if you're new. Next, I have this Brinks commercial lock. This is a beautiful lock when it comes to how it looks. I just really like the rubber and the plastic. Same thing as the last one, strong springs. It's very difficult to get a pick in here, or a rake in here also. So this, I have not been able to rake this lock ever, only single pin pick this lock. But this is quite fun, especially if you're new. This will pose quite a challenge. Brinks commercial lock here. This master lock right here, this is nice, it's rubberized. I have not opened this lock yet, I'm gonna be humble, and this lock, for some reason, is posing some difficulty for me. So this is near the end of my process. This is the first lock at the end of my practice chain that I have not opened yet. It will be opened soon though, trust me. And the final boss fight, if I get past that, of course, is an American lock. I have not gotten this guy open yet. These are incredibly nice locks, difficult to pick. If you get an American lock open, you know you're on your way. Anyways, so that's my practice chain that I'm going through right now. I find it helps a lot to build your skill. I find it helps a lot to keep your confidence up and to keep going. You know, it's fun. It's a fun way to pick. You know, working on that same difficult lock day in and day out, it's not a lot of fun. I mean, if you get it open, you're gonna be thrilled. But practicing, I feel, for me anyways, going from the easiest lock I have all the way up through a lock that I have not opened yet, and doing that every single time I practice. If I'm watching TV, you know, just hanging out, something like that, this is what I do. And I have found that this is building my skill a lot better than just trying, you know, that difficult lock until I get it open. I find that it takes me longer to get the difficult locks open that way, as opposed to this. This, you get a very nice warm up, your confidence is boosted by the time you get to that hard lock, and I feel, at least in my case, that there's a better chance of getting that hard lock open. I've done it on a couple occasions where, you know, that last lock, this is how I finally busted it open. Anyways, I hope this was informative. Try it out, see if you like it. You know, drop a comment, let me know how it works for you. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. I'll be posting more content moving forward. I'm going to do a video on this Brinks commercial lock next, I'm sorry, and we'll see how that goes. Bye everyone. Take care, be safe out there.